Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Limitless, and in this video we're going to be talking a little bit about how we can make Krunker a better game, and we're also going to be announcing the giveaway winner somewhere along the lines in this video. So we're just going to hop right into things. I have a couple things written down. The first thing we're going to be talking about is cheating and the cheaters in Krunker. Now, how to fix this issue. I believe that there should be an email verification system that is implemented into the game to stop people from cheating, or at least help it a lot. And why that would help mainly is if you have to make an email to make an account, it'll stop people from just cheating, getting banned, and then making a new account. Because, you know, making a new email, it's not the hardest thing in the world, but it's kind of, you know, it's kind of annoying. It's kind of a hindrance. And the more you can hinder cheaters, just the better. You know, it's going to make it a lot less or make it a lot less likely for them to cheat if they have to do a bunch of things to, you know, cheat. So that's the first thing I would say. Another thing I would say to help hinder them is make it so that guests and anybody under level 10 cannot play in lobbies above level 10. So what I mean by that is if you're below level 10 or a guest, you're going to be playing with other guests and low level 10s. Now, that'll do a few things. For one, that'll make it more balanced for newer players so that they can actually not just get destroyed by high ranked players, and it'll just kind of keep the cheaters slash, I guess, even smurfs all combined into under level 10 lobbies. And I think it'll just be a lot better that way for the game and the higher ranked players, because they can just play each other, and, you know, medium ranked players, whatever, and they don't have to worry about running into guests or anything like that. So I think that's a good idea. Another thing I want to talk about today is actually the weapons themselves. I think that certain weapons need a buff and other weapons need to be debuffed. For one, I think the shotgun, it got better with the last update on it, but it's still a bit broken in my opinion. I think they need to decrease the range on it a little bit. The range is still a bit far, and I think that just causes people to, you know, get killed from way too far away when they shouldn't be. I also believe that the sniper should have a little bit more health, or I think that they should make it where you have another bullet or something along the lines of that, because just having 3 shots and having extremely low HP, it's good, but it can just easily get killed by an AK, you know, with an AK headshot or 2, and you're dead. It's just too easy. So I think there should just be some more balancing on those aspects as well with those guns. Even the semi-auto, I think the semi-auto should have 10 shots instead of 8. I think the semi-auto is a really balanced weapon. It's just that the 8 shots thing is kind of a pain, because if you're shooting multiple targets, you know, you're probably going to run out of bullets on the second target, if not, you know, the third target. So I think it should just make the clip size a little bit bigger, just add 2 more bullets, keep the weapon damage, everything the same, and I think they'll just be a lot smoother that way. As far as the LMG goes, maybe make the clip size a little bit bigger. I think the clip size should just be a smidge bigger, considering that the damage isn't that high and it takes so long to reload. I think that it should just be a little bit bigger of a clip size, or make the reload speed faster, either way. Overall, that's just my few weapons that I think mainly need to be buffed slash debuffed. Besides that, I mean, maybe just buff the FAMAS a little bit. The FAMAS is kind of weak in my opinion still, so those are really the only things weapon-wise that I can think of right now. And then just maybe make the rocket launcher a bit better, because I think it's kind of a useless item right now. Same with the crossbow, just make them a little bit better because they're kind of useless right now. So, but on to the next point. Now, another thing that would really help the game would be more maps in general. I think we need some more official maps. I mean, custom maps are great and all. It's just that when they're not official maps, I think people, you know, just don't take them as seriously, and people can't really learn the maps as well, I don't think, like the mass public. So I think they should add some more official maps. I don't think it could hurt, honestly. If anything, they could always take a map away if they have to. I don't think it really matters too much. Like, I personally don't really like kanji very much. As you saw, the last gameplay was on kanji, but I'm not a big fan of it. And then speaking on maps, I think that if they do add a map, they should add a map that has more height to it. Now, I've said this before, but I haven't fully explained it, so I'm going to do that now. And what I mean by adding a map with height, most of these maps are very, very flat. The only map that I could really think of right now that has some height would be Little Town, which it does an okay job with that, but not really the best. So they should be adding buildings that have multiple levels, you know, maybe 2-3 levels, and there should be multiple vantage points throughout the whole entire map where you can shoot from multiple levels. And what that'll do is that'll really change the whole pace of the actual game and that map, which I think is an important thing, especially for competitive play and even public play, because right now the maps are just flat. There's not too much, skill or even thought that goes into playing, because it's just, once you know the map, it's easy. But I really do think they should just add a map that has some height to it, because then there's going to be, you're going to have to watch from different vantage points. In competitive play, you can maybe add a point that, where other players can camp higher up while the other players are on the point. It could just be, it could just really change things up a bit, which would be fun. And there's definitely many maps out there that could even be recreated from other games. It would be pretty simple, honestly, to do so. So that's just my suggestion with that. I think it could be a lot of fun, and I think it could really spice up the game, honestly. Another thing that could really change the game is maybe adding some more weapons. And when I say that, I mean, I have a couple in mind off the top of my head that I could think of. One weapon that I think could be fun to add would be like maybe a P90, so like a different type of SMG, maybe with a faster fire rate but lower damage or something like that. They could also add possibly a different type of rocket launcher, could be fun too. Because right now, like I said, the rocket launcher is kind of just useless that we have, but maybe they could add some different type of rocket launcher. And then another fun idea for the game, which would be harder to implement for sure, but if they really want to spice this game up, I think they could add some kill streaks, which would be honestly really interesting to see in the game. And it definitely would be possible. There's a couple, different kill streaks I could think of. There could be like little rockets that you could spawn in and just spawn in a rocket, just like in Call of Duty, and it could blow somebody up. That wouldn't be too crazy to implement, I don't think. They could add in like, it could be many things. They could add in dogs if they wanted to, which would be really hard, I'm sure, but they could add in a little RC car, just like another Call of Duty. There's just many different things they could add into the game. Kill streak wise, that would be fun. Just little kill streaks. That would really help. Maybe some sort of, XP, or not XP, health booster, things like that. There could be all kinds of little kill streaks. So, but that's it for now, and we're going to move on to the next point now. Alright, so the next thing I was thinking would be weekend XP boost, which I have heard before. What I mean by that is not every weekend, but on certain weekends, basically we would have a double XP type of thing where everyone would just get double XP, which I think could be great. It would just, I'm sure it would make the weekends more popping and just bring a lot more players to the game. They could even go as far as getting like little sponsorships. I'm sure they could do that. Whether it be with like YouTubers or streamers or even products out there. I'm sure they can get a little sponsorship thing going, where they can YouTubers could promote it, or like I said, even a product could promote it, just like I've said before, Call of Duty. I'm just using examples obviously so you guys can fully grasp the concept, but they definitely could do that. It probably wouldn't cost them much, if even if they didn't get products or YouTubers. I'm saying just them doing it on their own, they wouldn't really cost them anything. I'm sure it'd be pretty easy to implement as well. So just double XP weekends would be great, or just double XP days, whatever. And then on top of that, we already have it or I know it's coming very soon, but hopefully they implement that soon. But they're going to implement challenges to the game, which is going to be great. I'm very excited to see that. And I'm not quite sure if it's actually gonna be implemented, but I have heard some talks about this too. But I really think they should add 1v1 wagers to the game officially, which what I mean by that is basically you do a 1v1, both players put a wager on the line, a KR wager, and then they basically, whoever wins would basically get the wager kind of thing. And obviously though, to do this, the level cap would have to be set very high because we wouldn't want to get any cheaters. So basically I would have the level cap set very, very high, because a cheater is most likely not gonna spend all their time getting to a very, very high level, and even if they do, it could be pretty easy to have them banned. So if they are cheating at a very high level. So that's just my idea for that. I think I have heard some talks, like I said, of that possibly being implemented in the game. I'm not quite sure if it has been said if that will be officially released, but if not, that definitely should be released in the game officially, because both of those ideas, or all three of those ideas, I think would just be great. It could really spice up the game. So now I'm not fully sure why, I'm not fully sure why the development team is having a hard time getting these updates out. I know, for one, like, Sid was away for a while, so that's understandable. And I know that there's not too many developers on the team. Now, if that is an issue, if there isn't that many developers on the team right now, I think they should pick up maybe another person. I know I've seen around in a few different spots people saying they could, develop for the game, and I'm sure they could, I'm sure they could find somebody qualified to develop for this game, and I mean, probably not have to pay them too much, I would assume. So if they really need another developer, they really should probably get another developer too, and that would just help, I think, because this game does have so much potential, and it really can grow large. I'm sure it can. It just needs some little tweaks and some changes. So if that might, if that means adding some more developers or whatever the case may be, they really should do that, I think, and just, get this out here. Now, I just want to say, making this video, this isn't to shit talk Krunker. I really love this game. I'm really just trying to, have this game improve. If I seen any of these changes being put into the game, I'd be very happy. So hopefully somebody hears this and, maybe, who knows, maybe they'll use one of the ideas. I'm not sure. I would gladly work with any of the developers or anybody if they want to, get further into detail on any of these ideas, because I have even, more ideas I think could be great for this game that aren't too hard to implement either, or free. So that's pretty much going to be it for this video, though, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. We got more giveaways on the way. We got more insane gameplay on the way. I've been really working hard trying to get this next video out, which it's been difficult. I'll say that much, but it'll be fun when you guys see it out. So anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day.